I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
We had 16 teams start this weekend in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. And now we are down to these two on the men's side. It's Team Laycock versus Team Knapp. It's the men's finals of the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series right here on Curling Stadium. I'm Dave Schmel. Glad to have you with us here for the action right now. We see Team Steve Laycock. Sean Meacham is skipping and throwing last stones this weekend. And they are throwing red. Cailey Knapp with one of the house. Corner guard is now up for Meacham. Both these teams have breezed through. We had pool play. Both teams were undefeated to reach it through to here. It was Sean Meacham with a little bit of a better draw, so that gives him the last stone advantage. Very happy to have you all joining us here on Curling Stadium from wherever you're watching. We truly appreciate you tuning in. And if you haven't had the opportunity yet, please like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and it does help us bring you more curling from all over the country and the world. So now we see Braden Grindheim looking to put one underneath cover here for Sean Meacham. All week it's been Austin Krupski throwing lead for Team Laycock. Does appear to be him still. And I'm now joined by my good friend Jim Nix. Jim, thank you for coming in. Hello, Jim. How's it going?
Good, Dave. How are you?
I am super fantastic.
Got going a little early today.
Yeah, but this is the last game for both teams. Ice is ready. I hear the women's draw going on at the same time right now, so they figured they might as well get on with it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm never going to complain about things being on time or a little early. I just was watching actually U.S. college football there for a few minutes, and I
was happy to see the Philadelphia Eagles get a win for me. They improved to 11-2.
Wow, that's a good record. I didn't.
9-game. Yeah, it's a big win streak for them. They started off 0-2.
Yeah, wouldn't be too many teams better than that this year. That's for sure. Maybe none.
On the NFC side, it's going to be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions for sure. Now, this draw in here is close to the guards, going to get in under cover. Question is how deep. Probably going to over curl to the shot rock a little bit, but will still remain shot. So it is Sean Meacham and Team Laycock, line 1.
Yeah, it should be a really good one. I don't think either team's had a loss yet. I think,
That is correct.
Laycock's only played 4 and Knapp's played 5, but 4-0, 5-0. That's a pretty good indication you've got the 2 right teams in the final. They've done a couple of Laycock games in this event. Knapp, I'm not very familiar with. I've seen his name a lot, but I haven't really seen him a lot. So,
Team Knapp out of Regina, Saskatchewan. So, relatively local. His team has Brennan Jones, Mike Armstrong, and Trent Knapp. Stone.
Despite all the yellows, Laycock's in pretty good position here. Meacham's in pretty good position here.
Stone's on the way from Heikert. Gonna be tight to this guard. They got to really hustle to get past it. Reinheim leaning into it. They do get a little bit of a wick. Doesn't end up in the worst spot for them, but there is now a clear path to Shotstone.
Yeah, that was they snuck that by, they would have been in a great position. And now certainly Knapp can get through that port. The way the rock comes down there, it's going to just carve in there pretty nicely. Looks a little intimidating when you look down the sheet and say, well, where's the hole? But you got to consider the direction of the stone when it's coming into there.
So here's Brennan Jones. Trent Knapp now trying to push it over some. Want to get right down to it. And it is going to come up just a bit short. So still Meacham line 1.
Yeah, a little short, but certainly makes the deuce look pretty difficult for Meacham.
So you see here indicating for the corner freeze. Stones on the way from Heikart.
Yeah, I mentioned a few times yesterday how well Heikart played in the first 2 games. I did his first 2 games, one with you, I believe, and one with Terry, and he was on fire. He had the weight perfect.
Yeah, he has been in command of the draw weight all weekend. Unfortunately, had the weight right there, just needed a touch in line, but that's
overcurl quite a bit.
Yep.
Interesting call here for Knapp. He hasn't got a lot of room now to work on that side, and he's got the little hit and roll he's indicating here off his own. He's got to be a little careful. He's got Meacham in some trouble as far as getting a deuce goes. So you don't do anything here that makes that easier for him. That's for sure. I like this call.
Well, certainly both teams are going to work here right off the bat.
They have the most rocks I've seen in play in a first end, certainly maybe all season.
And they actually traded hits with the first couple.
Oh, yeah?
It's been every rock since.
Cailey Knapp not totally sold on this, it appears. He's a little bit afraid of that red one that's there as far as becoming the second counter. And understand that. I just don't know how easy it's going to be to do anything about it. Going to stay with the original call, it looks like. If you make this, you'd probably take that raise away. Meacham's probably not going to play a raise in there. If there's a danger, he might give you a point.
So right off the bat, Kelly Knapp has himself an important one here in the first end. Good chance to apply some pressure on his opponent. Looking to wick in off his own here. I'm going to say board weight. Don't want to lose the line. Starting to lose the line. This could go. It's going to go right on it and clear it. And they lie 1, 2, 3, and 4. In off his own here.
Yeah, you'll see this. This is absolutely perfect. It does. It looks like it's going to catch the guard for the longest time here. Once they start sweeping again, it looks like, oh no, he's going to be too tight.
Don't want to lose the line. Starting to lose the line.
And the thinner, the better, really, for him there.
It's going to go right on it and clear it. And they lie. So now it's time for Sean Meacham to get out the Etch-a-Sketch and try to get out of trouble. So, Jim, why don't you get yours out and see what's the best shot here?
Yeah. It's been a few years, but it might be around somewhere.
Looking there at the red, yellow.
Geez, I don't know about that. You probably if you could get it going the right direction, he probably gets rid of a couple of yellows, leaves yellow maybe sitting 2 by the time it's done.
You might give yourself a draw path.
Possibly, yeah. But on that side, I don't know. They're drawing it up there. The broom.
Or you have the simpler run right here.
Yeah, the little tap seems to be the shot to me. It's, I know, not easy, but get it into the 4-foot somewhere. Interesting to see what they settle on here. I think there's probably 3 options. He can run that one back that he's looking at, and it appears they're going to do. The other one is to tap the red, and the final one would be to play the out-turn draw right around the red, probably just to get number 2. But I probably like either one of those draws better than this shot myself. But this could work. Could get rid of at least a couple, and it would look a lot less scary for the last one, but it's still going to be pretty scary.
I think if you make this one, you're going to get rid of the stone on the button and the 2 in the back, but you're going to leave one right there on top of it.
Yeah, and I think if you could get rid of that many, I think that would be fine. I see that as a possibility. I just don't know if the one that's on the button right now, unless it goes perfectly towards that hole, probably stays around. But we'll see. Some weight on this one.
On the way from Meacham. Trying to curl it now. Hit the one, make all the way over the top and get absolutely nothing. That's the one thing you could not do, Jim.
No, I had to make contact with something in there for sure.
So still Knapp line 4 with one more to come for them.
Well, I think if I'm taking one away, although nobody seems too worried about the red one that's wide open there. To me, I just don't. That Meacham didn't seem too crazy about playing it, and these guys aren't looking at it like it's a big problem. But I would be taking that away if I were these guys. I'd be maybe just playing I'd leave him everything on that right hand side that he just tried to get. He wants to go ahead and play that and hope to get 3 of them.
I don't know how much that's there now with the long guard in the way with any kind of weight.
Well, yeah, I know. I think Sean Meacham's only shot really next time is to play that out-turn tap. Could split that front guard. That's a bit dangerous, but you could tap it over a little bit and guard both shots. But I don't know. I don't see that helping in the right-hand side, just on the left.
So Kelly Knapp here with the ginormous opportunity in the first end. Just trying to figure out how to lock it down the best. Obviously, it does appear that that stone with no impediment to the 4-foot seems like the biggest threat. Would you ever just throw a guard in front of it?
Well, I think I would, that's probably what I'm going to play if I'm playing it. I certainly wouldn't want to go after it. And I think if I guarded it, and especially if I could guard it a little bit on the outside, so I took a little bit of the outturn draw away as well, that would be the shot. I think I'm just, unless I'm missing something, that seems to me to be almost the only shot. Looks like they're going to get to that now, but
your telepathic abilities remain unchallenged, Jim.
no, I know. Well, I knew you wouldn't need me the first half of the end, so I got here just in time for, to transfer some energy. Big shot, though, a massive shot. As you say, he's Knapp's in great shape here, and if he doesn't, if he can just take this raise away, then Sean Meacham's going to have a heck of a time. Probably can't score. I'm going to have a heck of a time stopping more than at least a deuce. A steal of a deuce.
So Kelly Knapp trying to lock this end down. All about the line here.
Looks pretty good.
It's not going to take away the outturn draw very much, but it certainly messes with that raise. And you see there on the long shot, you only see about 1/3 of the red rock probably from the hack.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side, so certainly not appealing.
No, big trouble. He's looking at maybe. I don't think he's playing the run, or the double, whatever you want to call this, single, double, triple, quad, whatever it's going to be. I don't think he's playing that. I think he's looking to play in the in-turn draw in here, but that'd be really hard. I think the out-turn draw is a better option if you're going to draw.
Yeah, it certainly does not look easy.
No.
So we are going to throw the draw and try to cut it down. No way to score here.
This is an amazing switch in this end from when I got here. Anyway.
Milestone the first on the way. Sean Meacham needs some 4-foot. Gotta get to the 4-foot. Can't leave it short, boys. You can never leave this one short. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta get there. And you did not. And that is a steal of 4 right off the bat. And Kelly Knapp takes a big lead after 1. We'll be back from Swift Current right after this.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel, because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Back here in the second end, it was a big steal of 4 for Cailey Knapp, and that end just deteriorated quickly, and Meacham looked to be in pretty good shape, and it was just one shot flipped everything.
Yeah, it really did. It was a beautiful shot, but I'm not even sure that that Knapp's team thought they would be sitting 4 when it was all done, but they were looking really to just get one, get shot rock, and just got by the guard tight enough that they hit the object rock thin enough to make the 4. It was a great shot.
And we found out between ends that it's actually we have a sub on Team Knapp. Dustin Kidby is filling in for Brennan Jones and throwing third. Usually plays fifth, and he last quad played with Matt Dunstone throwing lead stones, who made some big news himself, Jim.
Yeah, big news today, and hey, maybe not 100% unexpected, given that EJ Harnden played with them, I believe, last week in one of the events. And yeah, today they, as everybody knows, they split ways with BJ Neufeld about 2 weeks ago, I guess, and today confirmed that EJ Harnden was going to be their new second stone, and Lott would move up into the third slot, which brings those two guys together. They played in junior at Dunstone skipping, and Lott playing third. So yeah, big change. Nice to see EJ Harnden get back on the team. It's tough when he got cut from Brad Gushu's team with not too much time left as far as Olympics go. So he was, I'm sure, ecstatic to get the call, play back with his brother, and should be interesting how they get along. They'll be playing, I think, next week here in Saskatchewan, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll be able to see them perhaps.
Are they entered next week?
Yeah, they're entered. I don't know what I have to look up the name of the event.
Knapp just making a hit there on this Team Laycock stone, and they lie 3. So if you're Sean Meacham here, Jim, obviously you just took a big gut shot there.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, most other sports when this kind of thing happens. You have to have a little bit of patience, but not too much patience, if you will. You can't wait and wait and wait, but you don't want to, play yourself right out of the game here in the second end by facing 3 or 4 and getting a miss and the game's over. So you'd certainly like to go hard to get a couple, but you still might have to move some rocks around and play the odd hit here and there. So it's not unlike what it would be maybe in the 7th end if you're down 3 or something, where you just say, well, it doesn't matter, like, we got to go. But I think they would have liked a little more weight on that one. They would have liked to probably move those rocks back a little bit to use of as catchers.
And possibly flopped under cover with their shooter.
Yeah.
And now the corner guard's going to go away. Mike Armstrong is going to dispatch it on this right off the hand, and it's going to nose it and leave a guard.
Yeah, I might have went around that guard on that shot, actually, if I was Meacham, not to counteract what he just said, but he's going to peel the guard no matter what. So I'm figuring go ahead, put one in there. You're going to have another chance of getting one where this one is afterwards. But anyway, and back to what we were saying there, by the way, Dunstone's playing in the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown here, and it's right in here. It's Swift Current next week. Might try to roll this one behind the corner if they can get the line right.
Absolutely. You have the opportunity to just do this, rattle them around, and maybe get under cover. You didn't, but they're still lined up to go into the catchers, though. So not too bad.
No, not too bad at all.
You have pushed the Knapp rocks behind the tee line. So Kelly's just going to take this one rock at a time.
Yeah, he just play this top one, make sure it goes away, and if you stay over there on the right hand side or left hand side, depending on which way you're looking at this, it's that's fine, but there's not really a lot of need to stay right now, and you don't want to clutter things up anymore than you have to.
Heard the wait call there for control. This one is taking off a little bit. And it is going to throw it right into those catchers. So now shot stone for Sean Meacham.
Yeah, the hardest part in this situation is like, where do you go next? You're trying so hard to get a 2 and make sure you don't miss an opportunity or 2. It's kind of, and maybe 3 if you ever get to there, but it's hard to know where to go in this shot. Looks like he's going to come right around. Maybe get a corner but behind the yellow. In the 8 foot there, at the top of the 8 foot.
Here's Laycock, who, as we mentioned earlier, has had a really, really strong weekend.
Yeah, he truly has. He's been right on all weekend that I've seen. I think I saw him miss one bad shot yesterday, but other than that, he's been making or very close to making everything. Like this.
I would definitely call that one a make.
Yeah, that's a great shot. He's just had that kind of weight, that weight that the sweepers have to do a little bit with it, and yet not too much. It's not just a flat out go crazy on it because it's because you're tight or you're way light or anything. It's just always been manageable weight, which is what the sweepers like to have for sure.
So here's Kidby. Ooh, just squeaks by his own, and they do pick out the rock just thrown by Meacham. Now we're going to put it back. No hesitation here by Laycock. He feels like he's got this one dialed in.
Yeah. Looked a little bit tighter on this one to me, but apparently not because nobody's too worried about it. So,
as you see there, we have 3 other games on the ice right now. Trying to carve it over that last little bit. This one's a little bit heavier, but does that leave a double there, buddy?
Well, I think the double's there, but it might be really tough. I think you can touch the top one if you're brave enough to go that close to your guard, and then you're probably going to come across the top of the other one, so it should probably hang around a little bit. They haven't got a lot of room.
Trying to get the old gauge as to what they can see.
Yeah. So you have to make sure you get rid of one in this shot. So if you're going to do that, then you don't probably play it real tight to that white yellow on the top of the 8 foot there. Give yourself a little more room, but you do have to make contact with the red that's right underneath his broom or his arm there, because if you hit the other one first, red's probably going to be sitting 2 when you're done, or sitting number 2, number 3 at least when you're done.
Looks like he's considering just running his own.
Yeah, it's interesting. Can have a little better look at it here in a second.
Well, it does make it easier to get them both.
Yeah, absolutely makes it easier for sure. Probably a good call. Not a lot of room to work with, but
this is one of those goes under really great call if you make it.
Yeah. And I probably would lean towards the out turn on this shot. It looks to me like I would feel like I have a little more room to work with on the out turn, but they probably haven't been playing out that way a lot. So, and most of these guys don't miss the broom by a lot. And I look at this and say, well, if you're an inch outside or so, then you might end up just hitting the guard. But let's see how he gets along.
Cailey Knapp with his first here in the second. Trying to run his own back and get rid of both red rocks. Tight, you got it. You're on the 1-1-2. Away they go. Goodbye. See you later.
Yeah, I made that look very easy. Actually, it wasn't quite as easy as he looks. Guard, but we'll see it here now, and let's see how he gets along. Comes out.
Cailey Knapp with his first here in the second.
Solid weight.
Trying to run his own back and get rid of
And
both.
nobody really doing anything here. Just
red
making sure it gets
rocks.
off that outside one, and he's fine.
Tight. You got it.
Great
You're
throw.
on the one.
Perfect
1,
shot.
2. Away they go. Goodbye. See you. So Meacham's got to try to freeze on in here.
Yeah, he's still got a little bit to work with here. He can get it around. He needs to make a really good shot here though, and get it right around there. Sit in the corner of that yellow, perhaps. One that's on the tee line or just about on the tee line.
Now trying to work it over. Got a long way to curl. Bring it right on down, and you will come really close to the one in the back. That's a nice stone right there. They lie shot stone in the back of the 4-foot right there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good effort. It's pretty close. Not frozen right on it, but it's pretty close and a little bit tough to get it out, that's for sure. Down there, you'd have to blast it pretty hard and then hope it kicks far enough for you.
It is very difficult to catch on the center line side. He certainly could. That requires, going to need, like, as you said, a good amount of weight.
Yeah. He can get to the nose here. It's just assuming he's throwing an out turn this time. And if he gets to the nose or just past the nose, he'll be fine. It'll go with some weight. And there looks like there's lots of room to work with out there, so shouldn't be real hard. You just got to get to the right hand side as we look at it on the long view.
He's just checking to make sure it doesn't go over to the one on the side.
Yeah,
it could.
It could, yeah. Looks like he's going to stick with that in-turn. Obviously, he's somebody that has a definite preference for the in-turn because the shot just looks so much easier on the out-turn.
Well, Cailey Knapp threw one really good in-turn. Now he's going to look to throw another with his final stone here, the second.
Yeah. I personally prefer my in-turn quite a bit. Whenever I have a choice, I'll throw in-turn, but it wouldn't be on this shot. See how he goes.
Calling for it hard. Got to hold it. It's dead nose. Will it go far enough? It's going to end up jamming. And is there enough room for Meacham to get a deuce?
Yeah, you know what? It's I look at it on the overhead, and it certainly looks like there would be. I can't throw real hard, but it looks like there would be. But when I was looking at it from the other end, I might not feel so good about it. It doesn't look like there's a lot of room when you look at it on the long view there.
You don't have to move that other rock a whole heck of a lot of a way.
No, exactly. So I think you take a shot at this. Just gotta, throw it. You're gonna have to have maybe most you can probably throw here is about hack weight and get any kind of curl. This ice, as we said, has enough curl, but it's not real busting hard kind of curl. So it's going to take a little bit to get over there, and you're going to have to. You can only hit probably a half a rock or less on the inside and make the double.
Yeah, the scoreboard says you have to throw this. And here it comes. Final rock of the second end for Sean Meacham. On the easy weight double takeout. Gonna have to watch the line on this. This is gonna get moving really quick. Can't ever hit that top guard. Can't ever hit the top guard. Sneak by it. Now, can you move the other one enough? You just touch it and nudge it. It'll be a single point for Sean Meacham and Team Laycock. They are down by 3. Knapp will have the hammer when we come back from Swift Current right after this.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Okay, well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to Swift Current, Saskatchewan. It's the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series, brought to you by the S3 Group, Bumper to Bumper, Asham, Hardline, and Sasktel. Dave Schmel and Jim Nix here with you. Connor Sims on our production, and Cailey's back at our studios in London, Ontario. It was a single point for Sean Meacham for Team Laycock. Knapp has the hammer back with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, very positive position for Knapp, obviously. Anytime at this level, if you're up 4-1 after two ends or with the hammer, you got to be pretty happy and feeling pretty good about it. Just have to make sure you don't get a little lazy or a little lackadaisical here at all, because you're in total control and you want to keep that.
Nice little takeout there. Does leave them sitting 1-2 now. How hard do you push now if you're Sean?
No, I think you got to push pretty hard. I don't know exactly how to define that, but I you can see what he's doing. He's putting up a second center guard here, so he's obviously of the mindset too that he's got to make a serious effort at stealing a point here. And if you can steal one, you can steal an end or two here over the next three ends, then you have an opportunity maybe to kind of get to where you can afford to give up a point. That's the hardest part, is if you can get the score to a place where you can kind of say, okay, we can force him to one, get hammer back, and have a chance for two or maybe even a three, then we're in good shape. But right now, he's not really in that position. He needs to get another point or two before he can feel good about giving up any more points.
And now we have rock number 6, so time to open things up. Here's Mike Armstrong. Clears it up, no problem. And the guard goes back, and we'll play this game for a bit.
Yeah, I don't think you'll probably see this go 3 or 4 more times before Sean Meacham tries to do anything, or before Kelly Knapp tries to do anything. Assuming you make the guard. Is it right off of this one?
Well, this one is certainly at a good weight. It's going to be off the center line.
Yeah, I would like to hold that a little closer to the center line, but
still a shot that they're going to peel.
Yeah.
So Armstrong throws one yellow rock, and that's one great step forward for his team. So now it's going to be out to Heikert. As we get a good look here at the Swift Current Curling Club. Nice 6-sheet curling facility.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just wrote that down actually. That looks like a new view to me. I haven't seen that view for the last few games, so somebody must have introduced a new view for us. That's always nice.
Well, the ice maker and me immediately noticed the giant hand saying, "Don't put a hand on the ice."
Okay.
There it is. Appeal is made. The guard's going to go right back up.
Yeah, Sean Meacham doesn't really have to move this end. He can just stay there for the entire end until his next shot. I think the next shot he'll make some kind of a move.
This guard much more center oriented. On the way from Kidby. Gone, no problem. So now Meacham's going to make his move. So the first indication looks like he wants to just raise his up onto the yellow.
Yeah, I think the raise is the right shot here, and just a raise, not a raise takeout, but just a tap it right on top of the yellow, and if you can make it really good, might be difficult for Cailey Knapp to remove it.
So Meacham settles in and delivers his first of the third end. You hear them say back four. On and off, they like the line. Does appear to be really close. Work it over just a touch. Just a touch. Now push it back. Well, you'll get shot stone out of it, but he didn't lock on to the yellow.
Yeah, perfect weight. It really was absolutely perfect weight. Just needed to curl up another couple of inches. But it's, he's got to deal with it. It's shot rock. Cailey Knapp has to deal with it, and the ice is straight enough that these shots shouldn't be too difficult with a little bit of weight.
So he's going to elect to run off both reds here.
Yeah, if you ever make the double here on the reds, and you probably, you may or may not stay out on the outside, but you're going to probably force Meacham into playing a little hit and flop, and if he doesn't make it, then, yeah, Cailey Knapp's going to be pretty close to being able to end this game.
Cailey Knapp trying to make a play on these reds. Now on the one, and you stuff it. So your line shot stone, but you can't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's, you want to guard this, but I think you really probably need to come around the rock on the top of the 12, stay above this one. That little split that Chris is indicating there, a little tap and roll. Good call as well. Looks like maybe they're going to go with that. This is just really tough. It's so easy to set up a double here.
Is there any way to get right to the face of it? I don't think so, but
get to the face of
thread.
He's gonna, yeah. You mean right now for Laycock?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can get to the face of the red. He's going to try to tap the red, I think, back onto the yellow. Is that what you mean?
I was thinking maybe you could freeze to it and make the.
Oh, yeah. So I see what you mean. Yeah.
Make whatever angle.
Yeah.
Raise difficult.
Yeah. No, sorry, I didn't understand. But yeah, you could certainly do that. It's just generally speaking, it's just so hard to line it up perfectly that it, you're going to set up a double if you don't get there. But looks like he's playing the tap and roll.
All right, so coming on down, you want to catch just a little piece of yours. Little piece. Now roll it over, split it up. You do lie too, but that's pretty wide open for one.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's
I'll have to make it though.
Yeah. And you were probably going to do not much better than that, to be honest. I guess if you had been if you tapped it a little bit firmer and rolled a little less, then yours would be probably a little bit better position. You'd be behind the guard maybe and touching the button. But that was a pretty good effort, I thought. They just had sweep that just a little bit earlier and they would have been fine. But not an easy one to call. So good shot.
Absolutely. And Jim, I have shocking news for you. He's going to throw his intern at this one.
Yeah. He's going to throw the intern? Okay. Yeah.
Bold choice.
Yeah, it is. It is. I would throw intern here too, though. I do have a preference for interns. I just don't like them when I get to almost go hit the other rock to get them. So,
Cailey Knapp, final stone of the third end, facing one.
This one's got to curl a lot, I think.
Yeah, trying to get her to curl. This is okay. It's off the guard. We'll hang around. No, it won't. It will be a steal of one for Sean Meacham and Team Laycock. They cut the deficit. They trail now by 2. Knapp still has the hammer. When we come back in 4, you're watching Curling Stadium.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
We're back here. It's the fourth end from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. It's the S3 Curling Group. Curling Stadium Series, sponsored by the S3 Group, rather. It was a hard-fought steal for Sean Meacham there in end number 3 to cut down Knapp's lead.
Yeah, a couple of really nice shots by Meacham at the end there to turn that into a possibility of one. And Knapp just didn't need a little tiny bit more curl on his and didn't get shot by a little bit. But big point, though. We were talked about the start of that end. Now you kind of, you're only in the fourth end, so you still have a little bit of time, and you're in a position now where, you don't absolutely have to score. You can't give up a deuce, but you can't, you can if you have to. Force to one here, get the hammer back, get a couple, and eventually the math will work out not totally against you, at least. Still one more steal here would be perfect for Meacham, especially given it's even end. And he's still got the two center guards up, so he's still looking at a steal.
And that one is almost back to the tee line there, so it's very tappable, and Meacham can get a good spot here with a fine shot by Grindheim. Braden's rock's on the way. This one needs to get some legs. They're both on it hard. The line is pretty darn good. Gets a little kiss. Does not end up in a bad spot at all, though. But the angles are there. They're eyeing up the triple. Armstrong. They pick it up right out of his hands. 1, 2, and that's all you get. So you leave a guard in the corner now. And most importantly, your shooter's out there too as another piece of shrapnel. And Meacham wastes no time in calling another guard. This shot from Braden has a long way to go. Also has plenty of weight. It's got to sneak on just the top of the 12-foot. So Knapp here has a couple of options. Good. Looks like he's going to take on trying to remove these top two. A little slash on him. Or the hit in the straight rollover. Seems to be the choice. Pick this one up right out of his hand, too. Does Trent Knapp. He grabs it, hits it right in the nose. Fortunate to run it by the shot rack. Does leave those top two a little bit corner hooked. And Meacham is going to see what he can do with this. Tough to make a play in the shot rack right now unless you use the corner guard. Probably don't want to do that quite yet. May like to just throw another high guard. So high guard, or another guard. Trying to hold this one out there. They can get past this guard. It's not bad. Oh, they just kiss it. They do advance the rocks a little bit, leaves them in line, and manage to roll underneath cover. So not the worst outcome, even if it's not necessarily what they drew up.
No, it's not too bad. It's a very interesting call. This could go a little bit south on you, I think.
All right.
Yeah. No, I thought it was okay.
And this rock's on the way down. They clear it just over the top nicely. It is Knapp, line 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, very nice shot. Are you hearing me at all, Dave?
I got you, yeah.
Okay, just lost you there for a bit, but yeah, really nice shot by Justin Kibbe there. That wasn't really easy to pick that out. Sean Meacham forced with another having a game-saving shots here to make.
I think I went to cough and didn't uncough myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've done that.
So now Meacham looking for the freeze again. This one has a long way to go. The weight's there this time, but it is on the guard. Get the little wick. Tuck it underneath. Offset.
That's helpful.
It is helpful. It's second shot.
Might see Knapp just play the yellow on the reds. That's the problem, but
is obviously a very short run.
Yeah, it is for sure.
want to thank all of you who are joining us here on Curling Stadium today. If you haven't yet, please take the opportunity to like and subscribe. Keep you apprised of all the action, and on our YouTube channel, we now have debuted our 24/7 game replays with commentary. So whenever you're feeling that itch, we are there to scratch it for you. Anytime, day or night, you have some curling game there, and you can't be accused of playing favorites because even we don't know what's coming up next. So here's Cailey Knapp with his first of 2 in the 4th. Make that stick it, no problem, and that's a fine shot. And where you see where that rolled, Jimmy.
Yeah,
that really shut the door there. First of 2 in the 4th.
Yeah, you can see this Cailey Knapp for this favorite intern, and he's just throwing it perfectly today, and makes this really, really good. At the end of it, I'm not sure if they just called this perfectly and got a little bit of a roll.
Make that stick it, no problem, and that's a fine shot
on the top or in the 8-foot, but I don't know that you can get to the back one.
Well,
you might be able to go through the hole on the out turn.
Yeah, that's one where I think it's there. You just have to forget the top ones there at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get the laser focus thing working on this. And to your point of the replaying in the games, it was interesting yesterday. I was watching the game on our broadcast here, and when it ended, I went aside for a bit. When it ended, when I came back, there was the drop Kingushu game that we did earlier in the year.
Oh, yes.
Went 2 extra ends, was on. So I watched the end of it. It was kind of interesting.
Oh, the extra ender.
Yeah.
That was a peach to call.
Yeah.
Talk about a tale of 2 games, that one. So many fine shots in that. Even if it's not in the replay, you guys should watch that.
Yeah.
This shot is worth watching here. This is going to be really close. They are past the top one, no problem. Past the second one. Yes, they are.
Wow.
And they are through, and they lie shot stone. Big shot by Sean Meacham.
Yeah,
Even if it's not in the replay, you guys should
shot.
watch that.
Watch this come down here. It's just hard to believe
this shot is worth watching here. This is going to be really close.
But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a second.
They are past the top one, no problem. Past the second one.
And it just barely
yes, they
goes by.
are.
I really thought it was going to
and they are through, and they lie shot stone.
Meacham for sure. Unfortunately, because there's so many yellows around, Cailey Knapp has the same shot almost he just played for a whole bunch.
That's one of those things as you just threw the best shot you could possibly throw, and it quite possibly is not good enough. But here we go. Cailey Knapp. Short run for 4. Trent picks it up right out of his hand. Gotta get it. Gotta go. Gotta go. You're on it. You clear it out. You're going to score 1, 2, and 3. And they take a 7-2 lead after 4 ends. And we'll be back after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Artline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, Join the revolution.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
We're back here in Swift Current where Cailey Knapp just hung up a big 3 spot despite Sean Meacham's very best effort there. And looks like they're going to play another one here with Hammer and see if they can't put up a big number.
Yeah, they got to go for 3 here. Really, it's 7-2. 2 probably doesn't really do it for you. You know, 2 keeps you playing, but I'm sure the analytics on getting 2 here and being down 3 with 3 to go, and no hammer are not going to be very good. So you really need 3. And you're right about Meacham. Meacham shot the last end. His last shot was just a spectacular shot. It was as good as you can make it, and it just wasn't good enough.
Just a tough feeling when that happens to you, but all they can do now is throw up their 2 corners, which Austin Krupski has done, although leaving a significant angle. I see there's all smiles back there in the house.
Yeah, it's kind of no holds barred now. I think, you know, this guard goes up, you come around the corner, and you might even go around the corners twice before you think about trying to get rid of anything in the house or move anything around the house. You know, Knapp's going to peel a corner anyways. Come around the other corner, then you're sitting. You'll at least have 2 rocks in play, and they might be number 4, number 5, but they're in the house.
So Knapp does lie 1, 2, and 3 in the center line, and you see Meacham's going to play a little tap and roll underneath there.
Yeah, interesting. I kind of get it, but I don't think I'd do it. I think I'd just go ahead and go around the corner. It's just easier, I think, to get just around the corner than it is to make the hit and roll. But
on this one hard, this is curling up a lot. Gonna get the hit, but probably not enough of a roll.
No.
And that's to your point, because if you go and try to draw underneath there, you don't really care if you're too deep, right?
Yeah. No, it doesn't really matter right now.
Knapp isn't gonna take it here. Although he's going to end up getting the shots to the Red Rock anyway.
And it's going good. It's going good.
Excuse me and thank you. It's all coming up Millhouse today.
Yeah.
So here's Braden. They're going to try the same thing again. End up with better result this time as if it settles down. Spin back. There you go. It's its fourth shot, but it's got to still be around after this one, most likely. Dustin Kidby. Makes a straight peel and navigates through everything. To get to there, that's a nice place to be. Make this shot, it would leave you lying third and fourth.
Yeah, I like this call. I think it's a good call. Just looks light to me, but apparently not.
They have not laid a broom to it yet. Not even a clean. It is just off the yellow now. And that is going to park itself down there beautifully.
That's a great shot.
I see Cailey Knapp. He's lined up the double here. A lot of green there, as we would say in the pool hole. So here's Kidby. Gonna get the one all the way across, and you get two.
Yeah, I see there's a couple of options on this shot, and as Dave said, they certainly looked at lining up the double here. And
so here's Kidby,
and sure enough, ended up making this. Still leaves Meacham when it
get
ends,
the
when
one
sets it down
all
here
the
at
way
end.
across,
Still
and
leaves
you
Meacham a
get
decent
two.
opportunity though. He's got to play the outturn freeze here. He's got Chris Laycock throwing it, so that's just about a guarantee he's going to make it.
As long as it sneaks back to this guard, it's going to be really good. Little love kiss. Probably needed it. It was a touch heavy, but had they got it past, it would have been really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been, would have obviously the lesser of two evils would have been to just sneak it by and tap the yellow back a little bit and be, I don't know, quarter or third buried or something. And the yellow one would have been not a problem then, but that's okay. It's still an opportunity here. He's got, red sitting 1-3 right now. And even if Cailey Knapp makes a shot, unless he makes a great roll, which is possible, then there should be an opportunity for a double to maybe sit 2. And then you're only 1/2 shot away from getting a 3. So, of course, like I say, the best laid plans don't always go that way, but we'll see what he does here. Just be a little careful here. He could jam this on the back and leave the red sitting with an extra one in there.
So Cailey Knapp with his first. Gonna pick it out. Leaves a freeze opportunity there again.
Yeah. And it, if he does make this, it might mean that Cailey Knapp decides to throw the takeout on the red that's frozen, and hopefully be able to pop it out through that hole or somewhere back there. He may well do that. And then there's always a possibility that it jams.
And absolutely. And I would endeavor to say, Jim, that this house is about the most comfortable you can possibly be throwing red with 6 yellows in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Line's pretty close. All about the weight right now. I think the line's going to be good all day.
Yeah. Just don't want to bounce this at all if you can help it.
That is a great effort by Sean Meacham.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good shot. A couple more inches of curl or would have been just a little bit better, but it's a bit of a dilemma.
Well, if you're Knapp, you can certainly give up 2 here.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to give up the 3, and but you shouldn't, because this rock is pretty much open. If he hits it, even if he hits half a rock with some weight, it's probably going. So
yeah, you'll advance the Meacham stone into the shot rock position most likely if you ever roll off, but
yeah,
2 most certainly is not a problem right now.
No. Throwing an intern.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
The intern's his 7-iron, Jim. He loves it.
Yeah.
Cailey Knapp. Trent picks it up. Might jam it. No, they do get to clear on out. That's where that Meacham stone was just maybe an inch and a half further over. That might have stuck.
Yeah, you're right. And you're correct. It would have been definitely much more of a problem. It's just where it was, you could almost hit it completely wrong and still have it go out because it didn't have to go that far. And just another inch or inch and a half curl and would have made a big difference.
So,
might have dropped for 2 and
yep,
you're still playing.
Sean Meacham sitting 1, drawing for deuce. Final stone of the 5th. Any little piece of the 4-foot will do. And he did it. He gets a deuce. Gets 2. It trails by 3. Knapp with the hammer in end number 6. When we come back from Swiss Current, right to this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
And we are back here at the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series, brought to you here on Curling Stadium from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Jim Nix, Connor Sims on the production, and Cailey back at our studios in London, Ontario. It is Cailey Knapp with a commanding 3-stone lead with hammer in 6.
Yeah, still a very good shape for Cailey Knapp, but Meacham did a good job of getting his deuce the last end, and ever steal one here, kind of make it interesting for the last couple ends. But you're just walking on the edge of disaster all the time because you just caution of the wind. You just got to kind of go here, and if you give up points somewhere along the way, you're going to shake hands and you're going to be done. So that's all you can do.
Yeah, in this situation, this is where you take that approach. It doesn't matter whether you lose by 1 or 100 right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trent is asking his teammates for some of that sweeping he's been doing for them all night. And they drag it into the 8-foot. Meacham seeing half of the rock there in shot position. He's going to try to come on down to it and get some stuff going for him right here. Braden Grindheim. This stone way the heck out there. Now it's tracking over. Can Austin drag it all the way to the face? Can he get it all the way to the face? Gets it to a good spot. They had to wait so long for that one to curl, Jimmy.
Yeah, it was hard to go any sooner than you did there, and another foot would have been good, but looks like they're going to peel the guard here. Try to maybe make the double peel. Knapp doesn't really want to have anything out there. He doesn't want to complicate this any more than he has to, and this would be the way to do that.
Armstrong trying to make the double peel. You get 1, 2, move 3, 4 rocks. And that's how you move the deck chairs around.
Knapp doesn't really want to have anything out there. He doesn't want to see this one coming in. You're figuring he's going to try to hit the red over the top of the other red. Way to do that. Make the double that way, and maybe something will move around a little bit in the house as well.
Armstrong trying to make the double peel.
Move to everything.
You get 1, 2,
everything
move
except for
3,
one stone.
4 rocks.
So get rid of all the reds. Make it tough on Meacham now.
And Meacham just has to reset again, and you only need 1 guard to steal the point.
True enough.
I imagine we'll see this dance go all the way till the last shot.
Yeah, definitely will.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for this event. The S3 Group, of course, being the title sponsor. Also, Bumper to Bumper, Asham, Hardline, and Sasktel. And of course, want to thank the Swift Current Curling Center for hosting the event. Always a lot of time and effort that goes into these events, and we thank them very much. The guard goes up, and here comes the peel again. And of course, next week here, we have the RBC event, right at the same facility, many of these same teams, but playing for a little bit of a bigger pot next week. Chris Eichhardt, who's been captain draw so far this weekend.
Yeah, Kelly Knapp's probably quite happy to see no guards out there for Laycock to come around because he's been deadly on that.
Kidby with his second.
So you can see Meacham now just talking about, well, what can we do here to try to make this a little bit tougher and not give up 2? Probably give up 1. You're still playing and figuring if I get 3 in the next end and steal, could win this thing, but giving up 2, not so sure you're going to keep going. So I'm not exactly sure what they settle on here. It looks like a hit, but might be a draw. Might be an out-turn draw around that corner as well. Looks like this is probably just a draw around the corner. You might wonder why, but you're just grasping here at something, trying to find something that will work. And you need number 2 out of this, though. You will get number 2.
It is frozen to the side there, too.
Yeah. I suspect they'll just draw. Yeah, I was going to say just draw open side on the 8-foot somewhere. I don't know why you wouldn't just go T-line here. If you have a choice, go T-line. A little behind the T-line. Keep the double out. Not really in any danger here of giving up a steal, but you'd like to get 2 here and maybe end this game.
So Kelly Knapp trying to lock this one down and secure the victory here in N6.
Ideally, this would be just behind the tee line. Might be a little heavy. Might be a lot heavy.
Looks to be extremely heavy. So there will be a chance for Meacham to throw a shot down. Looks like he's going to go for the freeze here.
Yeah, you freeze here. There's at least a chance that, he hits some rolls trying to blast it out or whatever. You hit some rolls and rolls out and you steal one. If you hit it, there's still always a chance that somebody might roll out on a takeout, but less opportunity. So not surprised to see him play this. Other people might have played to hit here and said, well, you go ahead and see if you can get your one. But Meacham saying, well, I'm not totally giving up on a steal here. I'm going to try to make something really good. And he's had good draw weight lately, so why not?
So Stone away from Meacham. Got to work it to stay right on the nose. It's got a little bit too much weight. They are going to tap it. They do lie shot rock.
Yeah, just ever so slightly over curled. Cailey Knapp might just have to throw the out turn here, though, so that would be interesting in itself.
He's standing there saying, Dustin, how can I throw the intern at this?
Yeah, and he could. There's no question he couldn't, but it looks like it's a more natural out turn shot, but
Cailey Knapp, a team from Regina with a 3-point lead. Looking to put this away right now on end number 6. Takes just a smidge less ice.
yeah, kind of looks like he's trying to play this for more than one, but like just trying to just chip it out the side and stay around to get 2.
Final stone of the 6th. This one is already taken off.
Yeah, he was very, very narrow on that shot, I thought.
Taken off a long, long way. They're going to make contact. They do pick it out, and that's going to be a score 2, and that'll be the win. So Cailey Knapp and his squad wins it by a final score of 9-4 over Sean Meacham and Team Laycock. They are the winners of the S3 Group Curling Stadium Series here from Swift Current. And Jim, Cailey got that 4 in the first set, and he never looked back.
Well, yeah, it's hard to picture a shot that early in the game being the turning point, if you will, but it definitely was. He was in, a lot of trouble there as far as getting more than a point, and just made a terrific shot. Ends up getting 4, and they well deserved of the victory. They played very well after that, but the game would have been quite possibly somewhat different if he hadn't made that shot. That's for sure.
So it turned out to be a relatively convincing win for Cailey Knapp, and they do notch the victory here in this event. Stay tuned here on Curling Stadium. We have more action coming up this evening. Join myself and Sean Joyce in about 2 hours for the women's semifinals. We look forward to seeing you there. We do thank you all for joining us. But for right now, for Jim Nix, Connor Sims on the production, Cailey and Jerry back in London, Ontario, and all of us here in the Curling Stadium family, I'm Dave Schmel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sasktel.com/sponsorships.